Hello YouTube, this is Jeff. Just want to put a shout out to all the stovies out there. Maybe see if I can get a few suggestions on this new design. I obviously put the video up where it was burning, when was that, Thursday afternoon. Just had one section of pipe on, added another one and took right off. I played around with it well into the evening. It was dark, probably 8, 9 o'clock. Just playing around with it. For all intents and purposes, I love it. Just it puts out a tremendous amount of heat. Obviously, you can see the discoloration on the side there, and the top. I got really hot a few times, but it's doing what I want it to do. Like I said, I had to do a couple little modifications to it. I remembered why I had this hinged on the side from the top, because as the pellets feed down, sometimes they don't fall out, but they come pretty close to the edge. So that's why I did my other door that way, and kind of just totally forgot about it. So I cut that off and remounted my feet, or this door down on the 4-inch tube, mounted it to the side, so it works good. Also made my handle, if you can see that, great idea again on that. So what I can do is I made like a little holder there on front where you can just snaps in on the back side. It'll stay cool as the stove's burning. And then if you need to access anything, you can, it snaps in the front and then slides in and locks in. Left a slit open here on the side, and works pretty good. There's my pellets. So you can pop it right back on, slide it, and do the same thing, just slops right in, and there's for your wood hopper. So that idea worked great. I love it. Looks good. It's nice and clean. So the door, my side vent door, works great as far as adjusting the airflow over the wood. But here's the kicker. As you can see, it's been a nasty day. We've had heavy rain. It's rained like 2.5 inches, I think we've got in the last probably day and a half. And well, I think we're supposed to get like another 2 or 3 inches over the next couple days. But anyway, it's been nasty. Yesterday, real windy, and I'm having problems lighting this. I was getting a lot of smoke coming out of the front door and over here on my little side door. I just couldn't get it to draft very well. So I had a wind, kind of a square, I can walk out here and see, there it is, kind of a little square piece of sheet metal that I had put over my vent up there, and seems to work great on that stove. That one, in all honesty, I can light that in like 15-20 seconds. I can put the torch in the front, takes right off. And this one lights really well. As long as you like the pellets, you can fill the wood hopper with wood, pull that little control valve right, or slide right here, pull it back, pellets will drop into the pellet chute, or the pellet hopper right there. Put the torch on it, light it, it's off and running. So what I'm trying to do is get this thing, I mean, honestly, where I can light it with a match. So yesterday, like I said, it's given me kind of all kinds of fits for probably about 5 minutes. I was getting smoke out of it, and I was just really getting aggravated, and it finally took off. I think the wind died down a little bit. Obviously, I pulled that wind thing off. I thought maybe that was kind of constricting the flow somewhat. So got the ladder and pulled it off. Really didn't make a difference one way or the other. I I let it die down. I lit it probably about 4 or 5 times yesterday and last night. You know, if it was real windy, if it was light wind, no wind, just the rain, whatever. So try to do several different scenarios with it, and it is difficult to start, and if it is windy. If there's no wind, not a whole lot going on, it'll pretty much fire right up. But so I've got a couple ideas. I just want to kind of bounce them off everybody out there. The first one obviously is just move my exhaust up. I really don't want to do that because I like it, with this setup with the pipe mounted low, it's not getting quite as warm as this little stove here with the exhaust, you know, kind of even with the feed tube here. So it's considerably cooler. I mean, it's actually, with this thing just full tilt roaring, this pipe is actually cold. So I like to keep it as low as possible, just for, you know, obviously the lower I keep it, the less heat that comes out of here, the more heat that I'm getting out of the stove. Is how my reasoning is anyways. So my second option, after looking at this thing yesterday, I thought about cutting in a second exhaust port up high, up almost clear to the top, and putting a butterfly control on it, and then putting a T, or I don't even know if they make a sweep T. It would be nice if they did, but even if I had to put a regular T, it would still draw, you know, pretty decent. But if I could find a sweep T, would be all, you know, great. Cut that in here, and then put a butterfly control in here, so I can have it open when I first start it. And hypothetically, again, this is all, I really don't know a whole lot about these, so this is just all guesswork again at best. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing that, and as the stove heats up and starts, you know, drawing well after 5-10 minutes or whatever, I can close this butterfly down, and then this would take over as far as the draw and take off. So that was kind of a second option I've been toying around with. Again, if anybody's experimented with that or whatever, just tell me, hey, it won't work, it will work, whatever. And the third option, which I'm kind of dead set against, and I really don't want to go that route, because I want this to be a standalone unit free of any kind of power usage where you have to plug in like 110 or whatever, is to put a power vent on here where it would actually have a fan on it that would suck the exhaust up and out, and basically you're creating the flow where it will draw, you know, really well through here, up through the system, and then back out. I'd like to stay away from that if at all possible, but I think I would probably just move the exhaust up midway in the stove body before I would go with a power vent to vent this thing. So there's kind of my thoughts on it. I did do the ash drawer on the bottom. I don't know if you see or not. Sorry about the camera work, but I did the little ash drawer. It just has a lid. It just slides on and off, and you can just grab hold of that knob, pull it out of the way, and then you can pull this. Ash drops down in the box and hold quite a bit. It's got pretty good capacity. You probably get a week or more burn time before you'd have to, you know, empty it out. So kind of like that design. Turned out pretty well. That's really about the only thing I've changed. I changed the where the door hinges on the front, and I made my little handle, you know, for take the lids on and off. It turned out really nice. I really like that idea. It looks good. Flows with the stove and everything. I hope it isn't too artsy fartsy there for you, Kevin, but there it is. I'm just going to let this thing rest for the weekend. I'm getting ready to go thrifting. It's nasty. Haven't been to the thrift stores for a while, and I'm going to just go out, do that, and just kind of let this rest for the weekend to wait and see if I get any suggestions and comments, or kind of what you would do in this situation to make this thing a little bit more reliable as far as the starting of it goes. Like I said, I'm going to put this in the house, and I don't want to fill it up with smoke hypothetically every 2 or 3 times a month or whatever, if we're getting a real windy day, or I just want it to start reliably without a bunch of smoke coming out of it. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Other than that, totally happy. Pellet feed's working better than I ever expected it to. Really works good. And it's doing some funny things too. I'll kind of get into that in another video. Some of the things this thing is doing is just not making sense whatsoever to me. I just can't figure it out. And it's all the way, it has to do with the flame and the pellet feed adjustment. The flames is just like, when you adjust this little lever, the flames take on a different shape and they burn differently inside the chamber. So it's really weird, but I'll actually get it fired up maybe next week sometime and actually show you what it's doing. It's unbelievably weird, to tell you the truth. I've never seen anything like it. My tray looks like it's going to hold up great. Matter of fact, that's why I'm going to the thrift stores. I get these are just basically oven trays. They're stainless steel. They're made to take obviously a lot of temperature, and it looks like they're going to work out pretty good. And the best thing is, I only give, like, you can buy it, well, you know how big they are. They're a couple feet by 30 inches probably. And the beauty of them is, even if they only last a year, I only give 25 cents a piece for them trays. And I use them for other projects too, but I thought they would really work good for here, and they have. And if it only lasts a year and it burns out, who cares? Pitch it. It costs you probably 10 cents, 12 cents to make one. I could probably make 2 or 3 at least out of one of the racks. So anyways, just want to throw this out there. Anybody have any suggestions on the exhaust? I'd love to hear it, because I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of divided on this exhaust flow thing. So this is Jeff. Have a great day. I'm going thrifting.